Everyone gets New Year's resolutions very wrong. Actually, I have 25 things you have to stop doing next year so you can actually get a little bit closer to your goals. And what a lot of people get wrong is that it's not what you do and what you write on a list of what you do. It's the things that you're going to stop doing that makes it more powerful. And that's what everyone gets wrong about goal setting. You might be wrong about goal setting. In here, I wrote about actually 25 different things that you need to stop doing and that I stopped doing personally that it's going to propel me forward. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Number one is stop spending time with people. This sounds very weird. People have a negative connotation with work. What I mean is 95% of people, anytime you mention work, they associate the word work with a boss they have to take advice from that they just don't like. So anytime you say, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're an online coach, you're an infopreneur, whatever, anytime you say you're going to work, people are going to be like looking down on you and saying, why are you even working? And you have to disassociate from these people because essentially what you are becoming is you're starting to associate you putting your goals first as a bad thing. I moved countries, like legitimately, across the ocean, flew away, right on Christmas, because the majority of people that I was surrounded with and in my circle, unfortunately, were all about hanging out, chilling, and anytime I said no because I was working, I was frowned upon. It was frowned upon. Not that I care, but the more exposed you are to that negative type of people, not that it's a bad thing, but it's a bad thing for you if you're chasing your goals and chasing the bag. Essentially, it's going to be a bad thing for you to be around with. You see, maybe like you, I have very scary goals, and for me, working towards those goals, it's actually fun. So my environment has to be very primed to the things that I'm doing. Number two is you have to stop running away from your problems. It's very self-explanatory, but recently, a friend of mine, every Sunday, we started doing these things called all-out sessions, where essentially we meet every Sunday and we have very vulnerable conversations. And first of all, as men, you're supposed to have those conversations because it's important for you to speak about the things that you're doing wrong. No, most importantly, having somebody there that's gonna call you out on your BS, tell you about all the things that you're doing wrong. So stop running away from your problems. Listen, our brains are designed to keep us safe, not happy, and we tend to move away from problems because those are the things that our brain sees problems means we have to go away from that so you can stay safe. You have to really tackle your problems head on. Number three is stop lying to yourself. Why do you make a list of 10, 20 fucking things that you want to accomplish in 2025 when in reality, most of those things are going to be failed accomplishments or failed things that you couldn't do in 2024 and then you're just bringing that baggage with you in 2025. Stop lying to yourself. Number four is obviously stop hating yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. This was such a lesson for me in 2024 because I tried to save everyone. I took on the responsibility of trying to save everyone. Then when I look back, it's like nobody saved me. I was pouring and pouring and pouring, and essentially it became an empty cup. And that was a hard thing to really come across of. At the end of the day, all you truly have every single day is yourself. So if you're at peace with yourself, then it's gonna be easy to just grind it out, have long hour sessions where you don't have anyone next to you. Please stop hating yourself. Number five, with that being said, stop pretending somebody that you're not. Embrace bad, embrace the ugly, and embrace those things, especially those moments you're gonna go through when you're working hard. You have to seclude yourself from people, seclude yourself from family sometimes and friends. So never pretend that you're somebody else to appease the opinions of others and to like other people, because at the end of the day, all you have is you, man. Number six is stop holding to the past. You know, an ex, a failed business, a tough conversation, an embarrassment, all those things, just learn from it and move on. With that being said, and number seven is stop being afraid of making mistakes. From my mentors, I've learned that the secret to success is sticking to something for so long that you can do all the mistakes you can, that you learn enough so that you can keep moving forward. Essentially, all the mistakes you have are learnings that allow you to become successful. Number eight, with that being said, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Like, fuck perfection. It doesn't really matter. Number nine, stop buying happiness. And I know it sounds cliche. And yes, you can buy a Porsche, you can buy a Lamborghini, all those things. First, seek to be happy with yourself. This one is the one I currently struggle the most with. So one thing I'm doing is, in my notepad, I force myself every day to write just one thing I'm grateful for. And really strive to be happy within me, because all those other things are coming. All those other things are coming. The Porsche, the penthouse, all those things are coming. But I can't mask unhappiness with those things. I have to be happy with myself now. And number 10, stop looking to others for happiness. I made this mistake once and it backfired on me completely. Brokenhearted, destroyed. When you're happy with you, it's much happier to have relationships because you're not depending on other people. And it's just easier to just move on if something goes bad. And you can understand that you can always rely on you because you're happy, you're cool, you're chill. 11 is stop waiting. You have to take decisive action because success loves speed. And one of my mentors, who's an 8-figure mentor, extremely successful, he was the CEO for a guy you always see on YouTube who's super famous. He told me the other day that he also feels lost sometimes and that it's completely normal. The thing I learned from him that really shocked me was, despite he feeling lost, he took decisive action all the time, quickly, speed. You have to move with conviction and you have to stop waiting. Number 12 is stop thinking you're not ready. Literally just grip it, rip it, and go. It doesn't matter. It's like that bell curve meme where you have the thing on one side is like a really dumb person, and on the other side is like a very philosophical scholar guy, and in the middle is like most of everyone who thinks they have to have everything perfect and lined up. Just take action and just go. Number 13, this one's important. Stop getting involved in relationships for the wrong reasons. That could be lust, that could be partying, that could be masking your pain. Stop doing that. Number 14 is stop rejecting new relationships because old ones didn't work. The best advice I can give you is get help. It's normal. It's fine. Everyone needs a little bit of help sometimes. Number 15 is stop trying to compete with everyone else. I'm very guilty of this. In my industry, I'm used to seeing competition just inflate numbers, inflate wins, posting fake shit all the time, and other things that when I see it, it's like, why don't I have this? And I compare myself to others. But if I try to compete with everyone else and I try to see everything that everyone's doing at a different point in time, I try to compete against that person on this thing, so I change my strategy, this person on this thing, and I change on this and this and this. Focus on you. Like, it's easier said than done, but don't worry about others. Worry about you. And model what the ultra successful in your sphere are doing and model from them rather than everyone else who's your competition. It's gonna make your life so much easier. And number 16, when you start seeing other people, the success of other people, a good one here is you stop being jealous of others. And when you start feeling jealous because of others' success and not yours, you're operating from a lack mindset. You have to stop doing that. And number 17 is stop complaining and feeling sorry for yourself. So catch yourself from being in this rut of comparing yourself to others and then feeling like shit and feeling like you've not done enough. Lock in, stop looking at everyone else and look at that person who's way high in your sphere. If you can, ask for help, pay them for their time, have them mentor you and follow everything they say rather than trying to make this puzzle of what everyone else is doing and trying to figure out on your own. Stop complaining, seek action, take decisive action, and ask for help if you need it. You need it. Number 18 is stop holding grudges. Huge lesson for me here is forgiveness. Now here's the thing. You don't have to tell somebody you forgive them. You can just forgive them inside of your mind and let that go. And when I heard about forgiveness, I used to think that I have to go to that person and say, hey, I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be that way. I've done it in the past where I've been betrayed horribly and I told the person that I apologized them, but sometimes you don't even have to do that. Just let it go. Doesn't matter. Inside of you, internalize it that you're ready to let go and you're not holding any grudge. Number 19 is stop letting others bring you down to their level. This also goes back with the first one that I said. When you surround yourself with complainers, with naysayers, with people who are always looking at the bad side of the coin of everything, you slowly get to their level. It's not just when people, there's this quote that says, if you argue with a stupid person, they bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. It doesn't just go with people like that, but people with toxic behaviors that can get to you. So always refuse to lower your standards. So stop lowering your standards. Number 20 is stop wasting your time explaining to others. I read this on a book called The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, and I think it's really powerful. When you stop saying things like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna travel here, I'm gonna do this. Change that with saying things like, I will go there. I will travel. I will do this. I will launch this business. I will hire this person. Because when you say with conviction, people are not going to question you. And if people don't question you, you don't have to explain yourself. But even if they do, just say, because I want to. That's it. Like, save it. You don't have to explain to everyone what you're doing, every single move. Keep it private if you want. And if it so happens that you say it out loud, own it. Like, own a thing. Number 21 is stop not meditating. Take a deep breath, own the moment. Sometimes you are where you've been wanting to be, and because you're so caught up in other shit, you don't realize that you are where you are. I have a friend that recently, well, a client and a friend that recently just moved to Dubai, and it's been hard for him to accept that and associate with himself to the fact that he actually is living his dream. Sometimes we just have to pause, take a deep breath, and understand that where you are now, it's probably where you wanted to be a couple years ago. Number 22 with that is stop overlooking the beauty of small moments. Appreciate that shit. Number 23 is stop trying to make things perfect. Sometimes you picture your goal, you picture everything as perfect, and when you get there, you start to look at little smudges, little imperfections. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just is. Stop looking for imperfections at everything, and stop making things perfect, because perfection doesn't really exist. Number 24 is stop following the path of least resistance. What makes you think that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg had it easy? All those people, all those great people never had it easy. They went through the path of lots of resistance. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for things that are quickly. Things are not given. Things are not given to you. Most of the times, the goal that you have, that's beautiful, I guess, and I bet it is it's going to take longer than you think. And it's going to take a lot of resistance. Own it and go for it. And lastly, stop accepting handouts, which goes with the last one, is hard shit requires hard obstacles, tribulations, tests, to see if you're ready for that thing that you've been wishing for, to see if that thing that you've been journaling about, thinking about, meditating about, it's going to test you. Whether you're a believer of God like I am, your faith is going to be tested. It's simple. And you going through those hard times is going to build you into the person you have to become in order to have those things that you want. Sometimes the things that you want require a certain personality or a certain way of being. And in order for you to be the person that is able to receive those things, you have to become a certain specific person. And that person has gone through a lot of tribulations, a lot of tests, and you have to go through those before you get to where you want to be. So hopefully this video gave you some inspiration to not just write things that you want or things that you wish you're going to get, but things you're going to stop doing so you can become the person that's worthy of the things that you want to get. I'll see you in the next one.